Greetings. I thought I'd do a video just providing a run through of what screwdrivers I use. For context, I run a property maintenance business, so I'm reaching for screwdrivers all the time. I've run through quite a few different sets and brands over the years, but I'd say for the last 3 years I've settled on what you're going to see, and I'm very pleased with it. It works very well. I don't actually see any particular need to upgrade anything, and it works really well for me. I keep all my hand tools and all my kit in these Sustainers. This is my hand tools one. It's a 3-drawer Festool Sustainer. It just makes it really easy to organise your tools, and it's compatible with all my other boxes, so it's good for storage, etc. Before I even go in, my most used screwdriver is this. It's not even a screwdriver, it's the Milwaukee 1505 utility knife, but on it it's got a 1/4 inch bit driver. It comes with a Phillips 2, and on the other side, or on the other end, a slotted. I don't know how big that is. I think it's probably like 5mm or something. It's probably, yeah, it's probably like 6.5mm. 6.5mm, I'd say. And I just use this all the time, not for big jobs obviously, but just for like little bits and pieces. This is what I tend to use quite a lot. Always got it on me at work, and it gets used a great deal. So this is actually probably my most regularly used screwdriver, and it's not even a screwdriver. So that's that, Milwaukee 1505. All my screwdrivers are in the second drawer down in the middle compartment. Well, let's get into it. So first up, I think this has been in another video, this is the Wera ratcheting screwdriver. It does what you'd expect really. It's got a you can lock it off to use as a conventional screwdriver, which can be handy. 1/4 inch bit holder. Its party trick is within the handle it's got 6 bits. This is a perfect setup for me. It's got 2 slotted bits, like a medium-ish and a large. I forget the size. I think they're like 4 and 5.5mm. Phillips 1 and 2 and PZ 1 and 2. And this is just brilliant. You can just grab and go. It's absolutely fantastic. It's once you use a ratcheting screwdriver, you can't really go back. It's just so much better for your wrists and your hands. Puts less strain on. It's quicker. You've got more control. I think you've got more control anyway. This is brilliant. This is a really good one if you're working in England like I am, because we don't need Torx bits that much, or very rarely. So having this mix of bits is perfect for me, particularly the slotted. Quite a lot of our old hardware has slotted screw heads. So yeah, having like Phillips, Posi and slotted is perfect. This one is, the code for this is, what is it? What's that? The 8251RA, whatever that is. And it comes with those bits. So have a dig around, because sometimes with Wera stuff, and I've done this before on another Wera screwdriver I've got, you'll sort of buy one thinking it's going to be a certain thing, but then it might be one that's got Torx bits in, which isn't really for me. So yeah, double check which bits it comes with. But that is brilliant. Absolutely love this thing. Now the next lot of screwdrivers are, again, these are Wera. Actually, I'll just get one out to show you what I'm on about. Which one shall I get out? I'll get out the big one. So these are Wera chisel drivers. Now, of course, they are just normal screwdrivers, and when I find I use these just for normal stuff is on the end of this ratchet driver. It's got this slightly thicker end, and I find quite often, I find fairly regularly I need to get onto a screw that's recessed, typically like for a light fitting. You know, if a customer asks me to change a light bulb, quite often the plastic cover has a screw that's recessed into it and you can't get in, so I just do need a good old-fashioned screwdriver, usually like a Phillips, and you can get into the recess. So I do use these as normal screwdrivers fairly regularly. But their party trick is the shank goes all the way through the handle onto this hard striking surface. So like with normal screwdrivers, we all use them we all kind of bash them to get paint off of stuff and all the rest of it, and they just get knackered. Well, these ones are designed to be kind of abused, so you can actually hit the top and you're not going to damage them. They're designed for it. You can also use them as like a pry bar to sort of get under a floorboard to lift them. So they're very, very robust screwdrivers that you can use for all kinds of stuff other than screwing. What I really like them for is I quite often have to trim doors or replace doors, or sometimes I take them off if I'm going to be sanding them and spraying them, if I'm painting and decorating. And in the UK, or I should imagine anywhere, quite often some people, for some reason, paint over hinges. So to get the screws out, you need to often sort of mess around with a utility knife, just scraping away so you can get to the head. It takes ages. It can be a bit dangerous if the knife slips. But these, what you do, you put the head on the screw, bash it with a hammer, and you can literally just force the screwdriver through into the head of the screw, and it cleans out the paint. It just literally just bangs the paint out, and then you can get onto it with a drill or an impact driver to remove the screw and get the door off. Very, very useful for that. It's mostly what I use these for, just cleaning up screw heads so I can get things off that have been stupidly painted over. So these are very, very good. In the set, I think there's 7 here, I think. What have we got? I think it's 6 actually. Yeah, there's 6. So this is what's this one? God, my eyesight's terrible. Well, I think that, well, this obviously is a slotted. It's 3 slotted. Small, medium, and large, we'll call them. Oh, there's 4 slotted actually. And 2 crosshead. I don't know if these are Posi Drive or SPZ. Well, yeah, so these must be Posi Drive. Yeah, Posi Drive. So you get 4 slotted and 2 Posi Drive screwdrivers. Very, very useful. Thing to note of these 6, it's important, is the smallest slotted, presumably because the head is quite small, is not a chisel driver basically. It's a standard screwdriver, so it's got the plastic top, not the striking surface. So do bear that in mind. I'm sure you'll figure it out. But these are excellent. So they're just normal screwdrivers, but also have the party trick in that you can really abuse them and batter them and use them to clean up screw heads to remove stuff. Obviously they've got different colours on Wera, so they generally, well, the black handles with green are just the normal screwdrivers. So they do a normal screwdriver set that's black with the green. The black with the yellow is the chisel drivers. They do a red with the yellow, which is the electrical insulated screwdrivers. And then I think I think it's a blue with like a grey, which I think is for stainless screws, I think. So they are kind of colour coded, which makes it easier to reach for them. Also here I've got a Wera stubby screwdriver, which has got a 1/4 inch bit holder. You know, sometimes, particularly when working on cabinets, if I'm swapping a handle or tightening a handle up, you can't get in with the ratcheting screwdriver. So you can just take the bit, put it on here and get into an awkward space. If I had my time again, I'd get the ratcheting version of this. I think they do one that just ratchets. They also do one where it stores bits in. I probably wouldn't have got that one, but I would definitely have got the ratcheting one, because normally by definition you're kind of in a awkward space trying to tighten a screw or loosen a screw, and it would just be a lot easier if you could just like just use a ratcheting mechanism. But this is great. I'm probably not gonna get the ratcheting version because it's a bit of a waste of money if I've got this. Dead handy. Never leave home without a stubby screwdriver. And the last one is, I mean, to be honest, it's a little bit redundant, because I got this before I got these Wera ones. So it's just, this is just a screwdriver with quite a small head. Historically, what is this? Oh, it's Weha. So it's a good brand. I've used this for loosening off power socket plates and light sockets, like if I'm painting and decorating or tiling or whatever it might be. And this has just kind of stayed in my toolbox. But really, this Wera one is basically the same size. So this is arguably a bit redundant now I've got this, but I keep it in there anyway. It's a nice screwdriver. And that is it. And honestly, that's a pretty perfect setup. Every now and again, like if I need, say, a hex head or Allen head, whatever you want to call it, I've got this, which does the job. If I do need a Torx bit, I've got this dual bit set kicking around that I've had for a while, and in here it's got some Torx bits in here, a few other bits and pieces which I can use with my Wera or my stubby. So that's it really. If you like screwdrivers, you like this video, congratulations for making it to this point if you did, and I'll see you again sometime. Bye.